and welcome back to my channel. My name is Chana and this is Jar of Fireflies. Here I make videos all about my life as an Orthodox Jewish homeschooling mother of 3. And today we are getting ready for Shavuot. Yes, friends, another holiday, the holiday of Shavuot. I love this holiday. It's super fun. It's filled with flowers and cheesecake. So, I mean, seriously, what is not to love about Shavuot? Okay, so in this video, I am going to be preparing for Shavuot, and I'm going to be doing this over the course of a few days, and I'll take you along for all of them here in this video, as well as explaining to you what Shavuot is and how we celebrate it. Okay, so today is Wednesday and the holiday starts Saturday night. So it goes from Shabbat directly into Shavuot. Shavuot is 2 days, so there's really 3 days that we're getting ready for. Luckily, I don't really have to cook anything. However, today on Wednesday, I'm gonna be baking bread because we definitely need bread. There's a lot of meals over the course of that 3 days. We need bread for all of them. I checked my freezer. I've only got like 2 loaves in the freezer, so that's not gonna cut it. So I'm baking more bread today, and between that and what's in the freezer, we should have no problem getting through the holiday. Then tomorrow on Thursday, my plan is to bake cheesecakes with you guys. I'm gonna make a whole bunch of cheesecakes because I wanna give some to some friends because I'm apparently an overachiever right now. And then I wanna have at least a couple here for us because my family loves cheesecake. And I don't make it as often as I should. Okay, and then Friday will be just like the general prep going into the day of, I don't know, whatever else we'll have going on. So I'll take you along for all of it. That's what's going on here. Okay, so I'm gonna get started baking that bread, our challah, for Shabbat and Shavuot. And while I'm doing that, I'll explain to you all what Shavuot is and how we celebrate it.
First off, I just want to let you all know that I have shared my challah recipe here on the channel before, so I will link to that in the description box below for you if you are interested in making gluten-free challah as well. Now, I have been working on changing this recipe just a little bit since I first posted that, so I am hoping to do an updated video of that maybe in a few months once I've really kind of got it down. But you'll see later on, it is a braidable challah now, which is pretty exciting. We're getting there. And now on to the topic of Shavuot. Okay, so the Torah was given by God to the Jewish people on Mount Sinai on Shavuot more than 3,000 years ago. So every year on the holiday of Shavuot, we renew our acceptance of this gift. The holiday of Shavuot is a 2-day holiday outside of Israel and a 1-day holiday inside of Israel. All right, so here are a few ways that we celebrate Shavuot. Okay, so the first is that it is customary for men to stay up all night learning Torah on the first night of Shavuot. Women, of course, have the option to do this as well, and many do, but I, for one, will be asleep. A reason for staying up all night learning Torah is to show our enthusiasm for Torah. It's also a very strong custom that everyone should go to the synagogue to hear the reading of the 10 Commandments on the first day of Shavuot. As on other holidays, special meals are eaten and no work may be performed. Now, when I say work, I am talking about work in the Torah sense of the word and not in the modern sense of the word. I do plan to do a video on this in the future with more on that topic, so please stay tuned for that. Okay, next, it is also customary to eat dairy foods on Shavuot. One of the reasons for this is that with the giving of the Torah, the Jews were now obligated to keep kosher. Now, the Torah was given on Shabbat, so no cattle could be slaughtered, so the Jewish people ate dairy. So it then just became a traditional thing to eat dairy on Shavuot. Most people that I know will have dairy meals, lasagnas or different kinds of pastas, things like that. Anything with cheese or creams, quiches, things like that. In my house, we do eat meat meals. However, we do start our day with cheesecake for breakfast. And lastly, some have the custom to decorate their homes with flowers for this holiday. Okay, so that is Shavuot in a nutshell. It is a celebration of Torah. And now back to the challah. So as you guys can see, I am braiding it now. It's not super pretty, but it is working. So I've braided the challah, I've put on a little egg wash, and then I'm topping them with za'atar, spices. I ended up running out of za'atar on the last two, so I used everything but the bagel on those. But anyways, got those in the oven and was able to pull them out pretty quickly, and I have beautiful challah for the holiday. I'm actually really happy with how this turned out. Every time I am messing with this recipe, it's getting better and better, and I'm so happy that I can be braiding challah again. Okay, so that is it for today. The challah is done, and I'll see you guys in a few moments when it is tomorrow.
Hello and welcome back. It is a new day. Today is Thursday, which means Shabbat starts tomorrow night. And right now it is the early afternoon and I am getting ready to bake some cheesecakes. Okay, that was funny. I actually did like a little pause there. I cut it out, but I did a little pause like I was gonna be throwing in my little intro Jar of Fireflies picture. Anyways, today's plan is to just make cheesecake. I wanted to make 2 cheesecakes for my family, and then I wanted to make some smaller cheesecakes to give to a few friends. We'll see how far I get, because I had also planned on starting this much earlier this morning, but that didn't happen either. So it's all good. Also, yeah, see how clean my kitchen is behind me? Yeah, I did that this morning because the kitchen was a disaster. But guess what? Half the kitchen is still a disaster. Check this out. So this is kind of what is left from lunch and from my husband's cooking last night. So anyways, I just thought I'd show you guys a little bit of real life on the other side of the camera because yeah, real life. Okay, so with that, I am going to start working on these cheesecakes.
All right, so I started gathering up my ingredients to bake the cheesecakes. I am using Alton Brown's recipe for cheesecake. It's a great recipe. I don't change anything about it. It's perfect just as it is. The only thing that I do is I use gluten-free graham crackers, which I don't really consider changing the recipe so much because they're still graham crackers. We are using Pamela's brand of gluten-free graham crackers. That's my favorite brand of graham crackers for anybody looking for a good gluten-free alternative there. I will link to the recipe and to a video of Alton Brown making this cheesecake recipe himself, because who better to learn from than Alton Brown himself when it is in fact his recipe that I am using. So that will be down in the description box below if you are interested in trying this cheesecake at home, which I highly recommend, by the way. It's delicious. And that's really it. I pretty much spent the rest of the day baking cheesecake, which was quite fun, but also a bit exhausting. And that was really it for today, just baking cheesecakes the rest of the afternoon and into the night. So that, like I said, just the cheesecakes and just a little bit of house cleaning while like cheesecake was in the oven, that sort of thing. So
okay, 1 cheesecake down and a few more to go, though that will be in the oven there for a couple of hours. So while cheesecakes are in the oven cooking, I am going to be doing just some basic cleaning up around the house. We had a bunch of rain this week, so I need to like take care of the floors and just general cleanup so I have less to do tomorrow. The less that's on my plate tomorrow going into the 3-day holiday, the better in my opinion. Also, I realized that I don't have the size pan that I wanted to be able to bake a small cheesecake to give to some of my friends. So what I think I'm gonna have to do instead is make another big cheesecake and then like cut it up. Like I'll make it in a square pan and I can cut it up into like little cheesecake rectangles or squares or something like that. So I think that's a solution good enough. And yeah, we'll see how that turns out. So that's where we're at right now. I'm just gonna keep baking and I'll check back with you later once I've got some cheesecakes done to show you.
that was really it for today. But don't go anywhere. I will see you in just a few moments when it is tomorrow.
Hello and welcome back to another day. Today is Friday. Okay, so we've been super busy around here today. My husband has been cooking up a storm last night and this morning. And yeah, I was up till probably 10 o'clock last night with the cheesecake. So I just like crashed after that. But I've got the boxes ready behind me and I'm gonna start packing up some cheesecakes to run around and bring to some friends of mine. And other than that, we've just been kind of doing some general cleaning this morning and laundry. I'm trying to make sure that all of the laundry is done because we've got 3 days without our laundry machine. And you know, the dishwasher is running because I got 3 days without my dishwasher and stuff like that. So let's take care of these cheesecakes and just get on with the day. Okay, so getting the cheesecakes out of the pan is something that I wouldn't know how to do if I didn't have somebody showing me how to do it. And the video that I found of Alton Brown making this cheesecake, he did not show how he did this in this particular video. So I'm gonna show you guys here because yeah, otherwise I'd be clueless. And this is the part where I get super nervous and just kind of pray that everything works out well and I don't completely destroy the cheesecake. Okay, so what I need a pan bigger than my cheesecake pan so I can do another kind of hot water bath, because that is going to melt all that butter around the side of the pan so that we can get these pieces of parchment paper here off the sides. And then I'm going to put a piece of parchment paper on top of it and then flip it over onto this tray. And then from there, I'm going to flip it again onto this. And then it'll be with the crust on the bottom and everything should hopefully be beautiful. Ta-da! It's beautiful. I am so happy. Okay, so this one is one I'm going to cut up and package for my friends, and then I'll take care of the other two so that they're on plates, and I'll be done with cheesecake for the day. All right, the cheesecakes are all packaged up and ready to go. Here's what they look like. And now I'm just waiting. I texted my friends to find out if they were available that I could drop them by. So I am just waiting to hear back from them. Okay, so what I am going to do now is make some roasted green beans that we can eat as a side dish over the holiday for the next few days. I got a lot of questions the other day when I mentioned roasting green beans in my grocery haul video, so I'm just gonna real quick show you guys how I do that today. It is super simple and easy to do. So, all right, let's go get started.
Okay, so I just grabbed a baking tray and put some parchment paper on top and then added some green beans, which I've already washed. So I'm just kind of spreading those out a little bit so that they're kind of even on there. And then I'm grabbing some olive oil and I'm just kind of generously adding some olive oil to the green beans. Next, I am grabbing my salt, if I don't drop the lid, and adding a generous sprinkling of salt, or several sprinklings. It's going to bring out all that delicious flavor in the green beans. All right, per my husband's suggestion and some of y'all's, I added a little bit of garlic powder as well. So now I'm just kind of mixing those a little bit so that everything is evenly coated, patting it down so they're nice and even again, and putting it in the oven at 350 degrees.
Okay, and so that is really it for the green beans. They're in the oven, just kind of roasting there on 350, and I'll just leave those in there until they look done to me. So I will time that and let you know how long that takes today. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is work on a little bit of cleaning up around the house. Probably not gonna film that because it's already, I think, about 3 o'clock right now, and I just wanna make sure that I get stuff done. But I will be cleaning up a little bit more, like spot vacuuming. The house is really pretty tidy because the kids worked really hard this morning cleaning up stuff, their rooms, their toys, things that were scattered around the house. There is some laundry to be done, and the kitchen. Of course, there's the kitchen. So yeah, that's pretty much what's happening now, and I'll check back with you guys here in a bit.
All right, so there are the green beans. They came out right at an hour.
Okay, we are in the midst of laundry and house cleaning and that sort of thing, but I thought I'd take a little break and go ahead and give the kids their Shavuot gifts.
For my youngest, we got a Paw Patrol toy because he is quite Paw Patrol obsessed. He was very excited. Then next, for my daughter, I got her the Helen Keller Barbie doll. It was really fun. We got to talk about the story of Helen Keller, and we're going to get a book to read about her soon too. And lastly, for my oldest, he got a watch. He's super excited to have like a real grown-up watch.
Okay, the kids are so super happy with their gifts, and I wanted to do it today before Shabbat started so that if there was anything that needed to be put together or cut open, we could do that before the holidays started. So I'm gonna go help them and make sure their toys unwrap from their boxes and come out okay, and get back to laundry.
After I helped the kids with their toys, I popped in the kitchen to check out the food situation and help out in there. That was some oxtail, and there's some chicken, and then there's some meatballs with sweet peas. And then over here is some short ribs with carrots. So then I got to work covering those pans with foil and labeling them so we knew what they were, and finding them homes in the refrigerator so that they would be ready for us when we're ready to get our meals set up over the holiday. Also, side note, I popped in and out a bit this afternoon the past couple of hours and delivered the cheesecakes to my friends. It was fun to just get out for a few minutes and get to say hello to people, and I'm excited to hang out with everybody over the weekend.
Okay, so first thing, it's just so dark outside because it's about to start storming. So it feels like it's already night, but it's not. I still have like 2 hours until Shabbat starts. And the second thing is we had planned to have like a really quiet holiday because my husband's going to be staying up all night learning Saturday night. We didn't want to have anybody over Shabbat, just have a quiet, so we can nap and, be ready to stay up all night. And then with our other meals, because of him staying up all night, like it's hard to host after that. And so we decided we were only going to have guests for lunch on Monday, the last day. Now it looks like we're probably going to have guests for every other meal except that one. So that's just a little humorous to me. So the guests that were coming on Monday may or may not come because they have a sick kid and they're just gonna see how that kid is feeling on Monday. I'm really hoping they come. I think they'll probably end up coming, but we shall see. And then with the other meals, we just had a lot of last minute people today asking if they can come to a meal, which is totally fine. Like, I don't mind that at all. There was a family who invites a lot of people here in the neighborhood who ended up getting COVID, so they're trying to find places for all of their guests, and so we're taking in some of those. But yeah, it's just funny how things turn out sometimes. Okay, So like I said, there's about 2 hours left until Shabbat starts. So we have just finished, doing some vacuuming and cleaning and stuff. The kitchen may or may not get cleaned before Shabbat, really. And that's just gonna be how it is. I did not get to mopping the floors, and that's just gonna be how it is. Like, it's all okay. Y'all know me. That's okay. I am about to go set the table though and take a shower and get myself ready. Because that just may be all that ends up happening at this point. So, okay, I'm just gonna go get to it. Okay. Whoa, deep breath. Okay. Shabbat is starting here in about 15 or 20 minutes. So I'm just gonna pop on here to say goodbye to everybody. This last hour in particular has been just sort of like a non-stop whirlwind of washing dishes and barking orders at kids to clean things up and just trying to get everything pulled together. So, but we have made it, and I'm tired now. I'm excited for a quick dinner and an early bed tonight. But oh my gosh, you guys, like, so many things kept going wrong this evening, which is just, I don't know, like for example, I was taking the challah out of the bag to put onto the hot plate to warm it up, and it broke in half. You can't make hamotzi, you can't use like a half challah, it can't be broken like that. I need a whole one. So I quickly grabbed a small whole loaf out of the freezer, and we'll use that, and then we can eat the other one later. But like, I don't know. I hope it's thawed out enough to eat at least by the time my husband comes home from services. So what a day. And if it wasn't raining outside, I would run down to my neighbor's house and grab a challah, but it's raining and I'm not going anywhere. So fun times, but it's okay. It's okay. So anyways, Shabbat is very soon now. I feel its closeness and I'm like, it's gonna be a nice break. I really need the break. Like, it's 3 days of a break and I'm really, really excited about that. 3 days of no distractions. It's gonna be great. Okay, so that is what is happening here. And I'm gonna go just double check everything and then go and light my candles so that we will be good to go. Okay, but before I go, please be sure to like this video if you enjoyed it. It helps my channel out a lot, and for that I thank you. Also, if you have not yet subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I would absolutely love to see you here again. And hey, if you're enjoying my videos, feel free to share with a friend. Spread the word. I would greatly appreciate that as well. Okay, with that, we're calling this video a close. Hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you in my next upload. Okay, friends, yeah. Anyways, today's plan is